Welcome to the Original Black Nerd Show, and we're going to show you our 1980s, 1990s black collection of key issues and first appearances and some covers, so enjoy. Thanks for visiting. So first we'll have from 1980, this is Daniel Cutthroat, Daniel Leeton from 1980. And I have come out in 1981. Now I don't have the first Vixen, but I do have the one for her first solo thing. So that's Vixen, who came in 1981 in Action Comics 521 on my bucket list, I guess. Next I have in 1982, we got my man Cloak. Like, I don't have his first appearance, but I do have his first issue of him and Dagger's first issue of their solo comic book. So that's Tyrone Cloak Johnson from 1982. Next I have Monica Rambeau. Now, I don't have the first issues of her appearing as Captain Marvel, but I do have her first appearance here as Spectrum when she came a part of the Mighty Avengers with Luke Cage. Yeah, that's Monica Rambeau as Spectrum, first appearance when she changed her name to what she is known for today. Yeah, next I don't have the first issue of Killer Croc, Waylon Jones, who came out in 1983, but I do have his one shot here, Killer Croc from New 52. Gives us a little backstory on what his game is. All right. Next, I have up from 1986, a character by the name of Joseph Calhoun, or Licorice Calhoun. He came in Fantastic Four 291. He came out in 1986. Also in 1986, I have Strike Force Morituri #1, and this was from Adept, or Jalene Anderson. Jalene Anderson is a character that came out in 1986. Next, we have a character who's just recently come back in the picture. I'm glad to see her back. We got Frenzy. Yeah, it's that first issue of Frenzy, Joanna Cargill. And she came out in 1986 also. And now she's hanging out with a sword in the new issues out there. So next, I have this issue here, a Blood Sport, and this, of course, is who Idris Elba is playing in the new Suicide Squad for about a second, because I know he's gonna get killed off. But this is that first appearance of him. In 1987, we had Pathway, or Laura Dean, came about in 1987. You know, she came about. Now, this is another one that in this case, Tombstone, I don't have his first issue, but I do have a cover issue of him that, I have a couple of those. So I just put that in there, the whole place, until I get his real issue for his first appearance, which he came about in 1988. Now, in 1989, here comes. Now, this was where we got introduced to Night Thrasher, Dwayne Taylor, and Andrew Cord in this issue, Thor, the Mighty Thor 411 in 1989. So he comes about, of course, Night Thrasher leads into what we see come about in the 90s, the New Warriors. And in 1990, we had the New Warriors. And this is the first issue. This is New Warriors number 2, and this has Silhouette and Aaron Cord, which are sons of Andrew, the children of Andrew, and that's a Silhouette and Midnight's Fire. So that's from there in 1990. So they came about as the New Warriors came out. Of course, the New Warriors are back now, helping out Cradle in the Champion Series. All right, next we got My Man Bishop coming out in 1991. This is the gold foil edition of that, and he came about in 1991. That's My Man Bishop. So next in 1992. Yeah, that's Spawn. You got my man Spawn that came about in 1992. And that's his first issue of him. And you know, he's got his whole new gang out now, the Spawn gang. Yeah, with a new Spawn villain coming out, Plague Spawn. Okay, so we have in 1992, we also had a character called the Smiling Tiger, Conrad Mack. And this is his first appearance in New Warriors issue number 19. And that was about in 1992. Then we move on to 1993, and I have doing a little right there, Pam Greenwood, or Fatale. So she came out, and that's Uncanny X-Men 299 in 1993. So next we have my man. This is his first John Henry Irons. That's the polycover bag. I got that. I got the couple other ones too. So this is he appeared here. Then he becomes Steel. Of course, Shaq plays him in the 1992 movie. So we're going to jump over a little bit now to a little bit of Image in 1993. We've got a little Stormwatch coming out. And that had Battalion, Jackson King, and Strafe, Malcolm King in that. And that's Stormwatch number 1. Yeah, and then we also from Image, we had, because you know that's when everybody jumps on. We had that Tribe, and that had several characters in there. That had Out Cold, Dwayne Montgomery, had Rosalind, and it also had Blind Spot, Murdoch Everson in it. So those are 3 characters that came out of this number 1 for Tribe. So also in 1993, because we know that's when all the new companies that jumped out. This is my Icon in the poly bag with Icon and Rocket in that one in 1993. Also in 1993, we had Shard Bishop come on in that future dystopian world there. So we had in 1993, Shard Bishop showed up in this X-Men annual. So next, we had Monet St. Croix. When she first appeared in there as Monet St. Croix, this is that Uncanny X-Men 316. And then she turned, and this all came in 1994. And then she, in Generation X, she took on the monarch of Penance. And that's where she is now in the X-Men run. All right, so that's Monet St. Croix, Penance, in 1994. Also in 1994, coming out of Steel, is his daughter, Natasha Irons, who at one point took the Steel mantle. She was also Starlight. Then she was also Vapor Lock. So she's got like Monica Rambeau type names, multiple names for a character. All right, and that was in 1994. Also in 1994, in the X-Men run, we got Stitch, Everett Thomas. he comes out, and that's that first issue, first appearance of him in Uncanny in X-Men 36. Next up, we have one of my favorite characters in his first appearance. This is the first appearance of Mr. Terrific in 1997. You know, then he always goes on to have his own solo short mini run, but I think it's an underutilized character that they really always downplaying him. And then we have in 1998, we have the Bamboo Monkey, and comes out in this 1998 issue of Nightwing number 23. Now, some of these minor characters, I just came up in my research on this. So, hey, it's Black History Month, and I'm celebrating Black History all the time. So, next up, we have DC Comics 1 Million, and that's Captain Leah Corbin, 4D. And that's her first appearance in this comic book from 1998. Next, we have in 1998 another character called Annette in 1998, who their first appearance on that comic there. Also in 1998, we had another character called Charcoal, or Charlie Burlingame, and there's a Thunderbolts issue that he has his first appearance in. Also in 1998, we had Bloodstorm, or Oro Monroe. So we had that issue of 1998 that showed up in there. All right. So then again in 1998, we have the Triathlon Man. Yeah, he had a big spot on the Avengers. And wow, he was 3 times faster, whatever. So that was his character in the Avengers' first appearance. In 1999, in Spider-Girl, we come across the twins of Regina and Rosetta Morgan, Lady Hawk in that one. And then my last one for 1999, the ones that I have, you know, there were other characters that came through, and this is my last one I have, is Blacklight, Kendra Friedman, and this is her first appearance in 1999. So these were my 1980s and 1990s issues that I have. I have some more that had ordered, just haven't come in yet, but that's my collection for the 80s and 90s. And next up, the 2000s into the coming up next. See you, and remember to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I hope that you check out my next one that's coming out soon. Enjoy. Peace.